we've promised you bugs and we've delivered, but you just can't see them because they're teeny tiny bacteria inside this live action yogurt. And guess what we're going to do today?
Yogurt.
Yogurt! We're going to make our own, which I like to call M-Y-O-O. Or Y. M-Y-O-E. Now, the first thing you need to do is prepare your area. You need to have some sterilised jars and you need to have an ice bath, because the thing about this is it's all about the science. Bacteria are very temperamental and they only like certain temperatures, certain pH levels and acids. So, Nick, I'm going to get you to get the ice from the fridge.
Baxter, come with me. Let's get this ice out of here, just like the Australian cricket team. We need an ice bath. Let's do that.
Lovely. And Astrid, I'm going to get you to grab the sterilised jar from just over there. If you aren't sure how to sterilise jars, you can do it in the dishwasher or get a grown-up to help you with some boiling hot water. You're basically killing all of the bacteria from inside the jar so it doesn't compete with the bacteria inside our yogurt. Now, I've been heating this milk to 92 degrees, which is, again, the temperature that kills all the bad bacteria. Now, I'm going to pour it into a jug and cool it to 38 degrees because that is when we're going to introduce our live cultures, our Acidophilus bifidus.
Baxter, give me a hand with this ice as well, mate. Get it in here.
Lovely.
The ice bucket challenge.
Great. Now that ice is the quickest way to chill that milk down right away. You might need to give that a little bit of a tap, Nick.
Yep.
Lovely. And as you can see, I'm using a thermometer to make sure that everything is nice and precise with the temperatures. And Nick's using a whisk in a way that should not be used. Now here is the milk. So Nick, I'm going to hand that over to you with this ice bath situation. Sure. Lovely. And it's kind of like the bacteria needs a little rest after heating up on the pitch. So set it in there, that's lovely. And we're going to wait. I'm going to give you this thermometer, Nick.
Oh, Alice, this is quite a high-tech thermometer.
It is a high-tech thermometer. You don't actually need a high-tech thermometer at home. You can just use a standard little one with a dial, or you can kind of watch it. But for something like yogurt, which needs to be quite technical, a thermometer will help. And you want to be measuring the milk rather than the ice.
Thanks for that. I've had my temperature taken the old-fashioned way a few times, and I wouldn't do it with this, I'll tell you right now.
Neither would I.
I would take the fever.
Good. Brilliant. So that beep tells us that the milk has cooled down to 38 degrees. So now what we're going to do is we're going to gently introduce the bacteria in, which means just a little bit of this. Astrid, do you want to pop a little bit of the yogurt into this bowl? Lovely. Just a little bit. Lovely. And then we're going to pour a little bit of the milk in. Wonderful. Baxter, that can be your job. Just a touch. Just introduce the two together. Lovely. Stir it around. And now the milk is full of milk sugars, which is what the bacteria love to eat. And as they eat it, now, do you want to use the whisk for that one, Astrid, instead of the spoon? That kind of helps to fluff it up and incorporate it a little bit better. If you don't have a whisk at home, you can use a fork or a spoon. That's good. Wonderful. Okay, now we're going to add the rest of the yogurt in. Give that a stir. Whoops.
Oh.
Great. And then we're going to add the rest of that milk. Now, if you're wondering how many different types of bacteria there are in something like this, there are thousands of different bacteria. And depending on the temperature, depending on what you feed the bacteria, you'll get different bacteria coming up. So that's why we want to be really careful with the temperature and the pH levels, because we don't want one bacteria to overtake the others. Now that the milk has incorporated in with the yogurt, we're going to incubate, which basically means, now this is nice and cool, which basically means that we are going to, almost like a chicken sitting over an egg to help it develop. We're going to pour it into this sterilised jar. So
Bring out the chickens! Bring out the chickens! Bring out the chickens!
Nick,
Crunchy!
I'm going to get you to pour the milk back into this jar for me. Back into the jug.
Okay.
There we go. Baxter, do you want to do that? Lovely. And then bring the jar over to Astrid. And we're going to pour it into this sterilised jar to incubate.
Perfect. Awesome job.
If you're wondering if we need chickens for this one, we don't. We've just got some warm water in here, which is at exactly 32 degrees, which is the temperature for incubation.
Just confirming,
Sure
it is science.
It is.
32, did you say, Alice?
That's 42, Nick.
Yep.
So
Yep,
42 degrees is what we're after, okay? Lovely. Straight into the sterilised jar it goes, all the way to the top if you can, however much milk we have. And then we're going to seal it nice and tightly. There we go, Baxter, that's your job. Lovely. That's good. Now, some people actually don't seal theirs just yet. They actually use a bit of cheesecloth to let different bacteria get in, but we're going to give it this way so we can maintain the right bacteria in there. Now, when it goes inside the incubation, what it's going to do is it's going to go into the 42-degree water. You don't want it too warm or too cold. You actually can use the thermometer for that, Nick. So every couple of hours you can test that out, make sure it's immersed in there. And if the temperatures drop too much, you can add in a little bit more warm water and keep it at that 42 degrees. Now, what's the bacteria doing in that milk, you may ask? It's continuing to eat the milk sugars, and the lactic acid is building up, coagulating the milk, thickening it up, dropping the pH levels, and as it does, you're making yogurt. Isn't that cool?
Wow. Fantastic.
Now, we've actually got some right behind here that's been incubating for about 12 hours, which is the standard amount before you test it. So bring that to us. Lovely. And we've got some real yogurt lovers here with Astrid and Baxter. So let's open that up.
Maybe let's slide it a bit towards me because I'm a yogurt lover.
Okay, yogurt lover, get that out.
Do you want to do the honours, Baxter?
It's cool enough for you to be able to pop that out with your hands.
Fantastic.
42 degrees is kind of like a spa.
Ooh.
Can you smell that? What does that smell like?
Oh, the bacteria just did a fart, Alice.
It did. It does. That's the smell, the farty smell. It's having a farty party. Now, if you want the recipe, head to the website. I know we've really sold it to you, but yogurt is one of those versatile foods. You see it in all different cultures. You don't have to eat it straight. You can make tzatziki, you can make a yogurt hummus dip, you can make granola with yogurt on top, you can make smoothies with yogurt, but the most important thing is you pop your spoon in and give it a taste.
Seen in different cultures and no doubt containing many different cultures in here as well.
Touche, Nick. Very good work. I like that.
Hard to believe that only took us 4.5 hours. It's wonderful.
We're going to go to the break while I eat the rest of this. Looks like it's all on me. We'll see you after this.
Come on, crunch time.